Ms. Guyger asked me for a hug. And I'm embarrassed to say that she had to ask me twice. I never asked Ms. Guyger to pray, and contrary to popular opinion, I did not pray with her.
A Texas judge defending her decision to hug a convicted killer. Dallas County Judge Tammy Kemp embracing Amber Guyger and giving her a Bible after she was sentenced to 10 years in prison for murdering her neighbor. I'm joined now by David Bruno, a criminal defense attorney, and Jonathan Morris, a theologian and Fox News contributor. Welcome to both of you.
Hello, thank you.
Jonathan, first, I know you've had some very strong thoughts and observations about what you saw go down in that courtroom.
Yeah, well, first of all, I love the fact that this judge is defending publicly what she did, because she has no reason to be embarrassed. Just the opposite. She should be proud that she has entered into what I believe is a real battle for the American soul. And part of that battle, maybe the front lines of that battle, is trying to erase from the public square the name and the voice of God. And really redefining our tradition of separation of church and state. The proceedings had already passed. She had already held up the highest level of decorum in that courtroom. She had already given her sentence. And then she lived out her faith, and she was unafraid to do so. I love it.
But then there is the question whether or not this is the role of a judge in a courtroom to hand over a Bible. The Freedom from Religion Foundation is questioning just that. They basically say that this is unconstitutional to do this in the courtroom. Is it, or was this okay?
I think it's okay. Yes, Freedom from Religious Foundation filed a complaint with the Texas Commission for Judicial Conduct. And they're saying that there could be a possible violation. I note a couple things here. First of all, this judge did not deliver the sentence. It was the jury that actually agreed to the 10-year sentence. The proceeding was over. The judge actually hugged the victim's family first and was asked by the defendant for the hug. You know, for all those reasons, I defend what happened. I think this is a breath of fresh air. I think there should be more Judge Kemps out there. I am a criminal defense attorney. I am a former prosecutor. I'm in these sentencing proceedings. These are emotional proceedings. And here, we have somebody that showed mercy. We have somebody that showed remorse, and we have a judge that showed compassion.
Some powerful things happened in that courtroom, not just the handing over the Bible from the judge, but the brother of the victim. He, too, said, "Can I please get up and hug her?" The judge allowed that, too, Jonathan.
Yeah, and this organization, I don't even want to say their name, this atheistic organization, they're on the wrong side of not only history in this situation, but the wrong side of humanity. To be going against a judge who was very strict in carrying out her duties, but then allowing people to be human. Let me tell you, this organization is part of a cottage industry of atheistic activism. And that's what they're doing. They look for every opportunity, and they have lost. If they're going to fight something about keeping a Bible out of the court, they should be fighting using the Bible as something to swear upon, which is done in courts every single day.
It's interesting because if you dig into their statement, they say that we need more compassion in our criminal justice system. But here, they make the case that compassion crossed the line into coercion, was the word they used. Judges cannot impose their personal religion on others. Did the judge do that in this case?
Right, they're arguing coercion, but the fact of the matter is the defendant welcomed it. The defendant asked for it, so I don't see the coercion. Also, in the same letter, in the same complaint, they said that Judge Kemp otherwise appears to have handled a difficult trial with grace. They are not alleging that she had any bias and made any improper decisions. In fact, they're saying she did great. She was fair, and she presided over the case. And I highlight again that this judge did not deliver the sentence. In most states across the country, it's the jury's decision to find guilt or innocence, and then the judge delivers. But she didn't. She was fair on the bench, and I think these are unfair criticisms. In
the case of Amber Guyger, 10 years she's been sentenced to, Jonathan. You wonder how a gesture like this in the courtroom by that judge, handing her about how that'll influence the years that she's going to serve behind bars.
Yeah, well, let's imagine if this judge would have opened up her Bible and said, let's see, what does my God say that I should do in handing out this sentence? I would say that is totally wrong. Yeah. That's not what we want. What we want is a judge following the law, and that's what she did. But then she lived her faith. And this defendant said, I don't have a Bible. And the judge said, here, Here's mine. Why is that Bible in the courtroom in the first place? Because it's part of our principles, our constitutional principles, our foundation of our country to live by Judeo-Christian principles.
Jonathan Moore.